Hello and welcome to Jumpin' Johnny Gaming Retro Walkthroughs. Final Fantasy V Pixel Remastered video is the 7th part of the 100% walkthrough. This video series will cover everything you need to do in the game to get every achievement or trophy. We will be making headway deep into story events, finishing off in a dungeon to save the Earth Crystal. We start outside of Crescent town, and there's one enemy we need to get before we enter, and that is the Harvester. Not a strong enemy, but can drop a death sickle, a handy weapon that can cause instant death. I got one, and it was handy to put on a berserker. Enter Crescent and you will lose your fire ship. Exit the town to watch it unfold. Don't worry, you get something better later on. Enter the town again, buy a silver heart for a future job, buy any items you need at the inn, and then exit the town. Head down into the forest and you can interact with the black chocobo, which made its debut in Final Fantasy IV. It has swallowed 2 more jobs that you can get. You can get the Bard, which made its debut in Final Fantasy III, and Edward was a Bard in Final Fantasy IV. Bards use harps to play songs with various effects, and you have to collect these songs by speaking to people around the world. Also, playing every piano gets you a song. The second job is the Ranger, which made its debut in Final Fantasy III. These attack from the back using bows, and they can use aim for 100% accuracy. They can unlock the ability called Rapid Fire, which does 4 hits randomly. If you combine this with dual wield, it can do a lot of damage. Head to the northeast of the second continent, where the red circle is on the map. You can reach it by going down on your current location. Land in the forest, as black chocobos can only land on forest areas, and enter the town. Enter the town and you can buy some cheap ninja supplies. I would recommend some water scrolls for an upcoming boss. Then for a bard song, go to the house at the bottom left, interact with the pink musical box. After the cutscene, talk to the bard in the house to get the song. Exit the town and then head to the Library of Ancients, and you will talk to Sid and Mid. Head directly left to get to a desert area and enter the desert area. After a conversation, make sure you pick no, so you can make sure you pick up 3 enemies for the bestiary. The 3 enemies you can get in the desert area is desert killers. They are undead enemies who flee after doing some damage. You have sand boils, weak enemies who can poison. The sand bear's attacks will drain HP and it's weak against water. When you are ready, speak to Mid and begin the fight against the Sandworm boss, which made its debut in the original Final Fantasy and last appeared in Final Fantasy IV. In the battlefield, there will be 3 holes, and the Sandworm will randomly pop in and out of them. It will hit an empty hole, it will cast gravity at you. The easiest way to defeat it is to cast Aqua Breath, which will instantly defeat it. Head down and use the sands to take you to the bottom. Then on the world map, head down and enter the ruined town. In the ruins, you will see Leonard's dad and follow him, and find him in the areas he disappears until you catch up with him at the top. Head to the door at the top right and you will be teleported. Then head up 2 screens to get to the living quarters, and then head down and you can rest up. To access the 3 treasure chests in the room, press the button in the bottom left corner. Then go to the bed area and interact with the furthest planter. Then go to the right hand side of the room and check the right hand paper. Then check the urn at the left hand side of the room, and then the book that drops, and then interact with the button again at the bottom left. Head up 1 screen and press the button, then keep heading up and following the linear path. There is an upcoming boss fight. Follow Mid and Sid down into the airship and talk to them, and you will have a fully functional airship. On the airship again, talk to Mid and Sid, and you will be attacked by a boss called Crescent, who is weak to lightning. Head to the town of Gon, and you will automatically see some sort of flying temple, which your airship can't reach, so go back to the airship landing port and speak to Sid and Mid to find out about Adamantite. There's an upcoming boss fight in the next location. Head to the very first location in the game, the Tycoon Meteorite. Enter and take the Adamantite from the back wall, and then on the way back you will attract an Adamant toys, which made its debut in Final Fantasy II and last appeared in Final Fantasy V. You can easily defeat it with level 5 death. If you don't have that blue mage spell, then it's weak to ice and hits hard with its attacks. Exit the meteor and return to the catapult to make the airship be able to reach the flying fortress. Head to the left to where the flying ship went up, and when you choose to disembark, you'll get a choice to go up or down. Go up, and then you have to take down the defences to enter by defeating all 4 turrets, 2 on the left side and 2 on the right hand side, and then the main cannon boss in the middle. You will face 2 different types of defences. You have rocket launchers and flamethrowers. You want to have strong lightning abilities to take them out fast. When all 4 defences have been destroyed, then you have to face the main defence, the Soul Cannon, which has 2 launcher attachments. The launchers will inflict the old status. Use level 5 death to take them out, and then the Soul Cannon will take a while to charge its attack, and then it will use Wave Cannon, which will take out half your HP. It's weak to lightning, so use lightning attacks as fast as you can. In the Ronka ruins, there is a blue magic spell called level 4 Gravica. It only works if your level is in a multiple of 4, for example 12, 16, 20, etc. I was level 44, so you might want to level up until it is using ×4 experience, and if you are already a multiple of 4, use the XP boost and change it to 0 to ensure you don't level up. Enter the ruins and exit the ship. The Ronka ruins is the most complex dungeon in the game so far, with multiple routes. This is a highly missable area, as once it's complete you can't do it again, so ensure you get all enemies and treasure chests. The first 2 enemies you can get is the Ronkan Knight. Strong enemies with high defense. It can poison 2 party members in 1 attack. Use magic to defeat them. Then you have the Ram Mages, weak enemies that cast powerful spells. Exit to the next floor at the top left. On some of these floors there are invisible paths you can use. You can tell which are invisible paths as they are connected to paths without green around it. A new enemy you can face in the dungeon is stone masks, weak enemies with nothing to worry about. Go around the room to the exit down below, and don't forget to pick up the first treasure chest of the dungeon. Another new enemy you can face is enchanted fans. They are not powerful enemies, they can cast aura to the whole party and can heal. In order to learn the blue magic spell White Wind, which is a healing spell, you can only do this by controlling the enemy and casting it on the learner. Head to the bottom left of the starting area for a secret passage, and then head up and around for a chest. Go all the way to the left and go past the first exit to get a chest. Then head right and down to exit the floor. Follow the linear path to floor 3. Keep following the linear path to a small invisible path that takes you to a chest. The golden armor and other golden equipment are good heavy armor. Head down to the bottom entrance to return to floor 3. Follow the linear path, then head to the top left exit. Head to the other exit and follow the linear path until you are on floor 5. A new enemy you can face is Archeoaevis. They are weak enemies but can cast Pond's Chorus to turn party members to toads. They are weak to ice and can be defeated with the level 5 death spell. Head down through the door and through the exit at the bottom. A new enemy you can face is the Lamia, a classic enemy that made its debut in Final Fantasy II and last appeared in Final Fantasy IV. She can confuse and paralyze party members. They are weak to ice. You can learn the blue magic spell Thousand Needles by controlling a Lamia and casting the spell on someone with the learning ability. Collect the chest in this area, then head down the stairs to the right, then follow the linear path, and you will be in a small room with 5 chests. Beware, there's 2 weak points in the floor that will fall, and you will go back around. Start by going to the very right chest, then back to the entrance, then go to the very left chest and work your way around, and then retrace your steps back outside the room. Another new enemy you can face is the Ghidra, classic enemy from the original Final Fantasy and last appeared in Final Fantasy IV. It uses lightning attacks and can sap party members, easily defeated with level 5 death. Exit to the previous floor and then head down through the door. Follow the linear path, watch out for the gap. You will be on the left hand side of floor 5. Take the left-hand side door and exit at the top. Follow the linear path, then head down over the invisible floor and get the last 2 chests. Return to the previous floor and then take the door down. Press the button to open the entrance below to take you to the section of floor 5 you need to be. Now, anywhere on floor 5 is the final enemy to encounter, and it's a rare enemy, and this is the one you need to be in multiple of 4 to get its blue magic spell level 4 Graviga, which it casts upon death. The enemy is called Ghidra. It is an undead creature and can be defeated with a phoenix down. It uses powerful lightning and poison attacks, and has auto reflect, which reflects most spells cast on it. Head up and talk to the king, and you will be in a boss fight which has 5 phases. Every time you defeat the boss, it will come back with different weaknesses and strengths, but there's a few abilities that you can use in all of the phases. All the phases are weak against darkness and poison. The blue mage spell, 1000 Needles, is good to use, as it will always take out 1000 HP. 2 of these attacks that will move on to the next phase. Water Scrolls from a ninja is effective in all of the phases. The first phase will use a wing attack and is weak to wind. It will also use sap. The second phase will use ice attacks and absorb ice. The third phase will use fire attacks and absorb fire. It can cause the blind status. The fourth phase will use lightning attacks and absorb lightning and can cause paralyze. And the final phase, once it gets defeated and revives, it uses all previous phases' attacks and Maelstrom, which can reduce all party members' HP to very low. It can also inflict Confuse. Level 5 death will kill the final phase. Head up through the door, and after the cutscene you'll get some new jobs. Samurai, they equip katanas, and they have a 25% to avoid an attack. And they have a few abilities like throwing Gil, as long as you have it, and can cause instant death. You have the Dragoon, which made its debut in Final Fantasy III, and last appeared in Final Fantasy IV. Kain was a Dragoon. They equip spears and can jump in the air, and after a turn come down on an enemy, causing extra damage. They can use Lance, which steals HP and MP from an enemy. You have Dancer. They are like bards, but are more physical, and their dance ability is random, so we can either use Confuse, Drain HP, Drain MP, or Sword Dance, which attacks 4 times the damage. Dancers can flirt and put the charm status on an enemy. You have Chemists, which when using items can double the potency of that item. You can mix the special items that some enemies drop to boost the party stats or harm enemies. They are the only job that can drink the special potions, the speed, power drinks, etc. They can use Recover to cure various status effects, and they can revive party members. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, where there are more complete retro walkthroughs plus achievement and trophy guides, secrets and tips from the latest releases. Thanks for watching.